I didn't think he did anything wrong personally. I don't know. I didn't really look up on the vaccine stuff, so I'm not really that interested in that area.
Well, thanks for the call.
No, what I'm saying is I'm not sure. After you've just read what you've read, It sounds like he was sacked because of the vaccine conspiracy theory stuff as opposed to the
I don't think
Holocaust
so.
stuff.
I don't think so. I think that comparing it to the Holocaust is the offence.
That's what got him.
Yeah, I think it must be.
That's the offence I don't understand.
Why?
I don't think that's an offence. The reason why is because he's made a comparison. So people make comparisons all the time, like with this Ukraine war, it's every minute it's the worst since the Second World War, it's this since the Second World War. Millions died in the Second World War. If a load of people said, oh, you can't compare it to that, it was much worse, then, everybody can take offence if you make a comparison.
Well, no, hang on. I mean, it is an offensive comparison. I think, are you suggesting it's so stupid that there's no need to take offence?
I don't think it's stupid. I think that
well, of course it's stupid. You can't compare vaccines to the mass...
You can.
Well, no, hang on. Before you do that, let me tell you why you can't. You can't compare. You can't compare vaccines to the mass murder of millions of people, Steve.
Well, you can.
Go on, then.
In your equation,
Go on, then.
You think the vaccine is going to lead to the deaths of millions of people. That's my point. My point is...
But that makes you a blithering idiot.
Well, not really. I mean,
no, it really does.
Look, there's a lot of people who have these views about the vaccine.
Yes, but there aren't millions of dead people, Steve. So that's why they're blithering idiots.
Not yet. Yeah, well, don't get me wrong. Potentially not yet. I'm not...
Oh, you're sounding very silly for someone who came on claiming not to know anything about vaccines.
What, the vaccines? I didn't take the vaccine, so I don't personally care. But what I'm saying is he's making a comparison.
No, this is such a silly conversation.
No, it's not silly.
No, it really is.
Finish.
No, I am letting you finish. I'm just saying in advance for anyone who's not paying attention how silly it is.
Okay, well, let me tell you where I stand.
Okay.
I think he was making a comparison to the Holocaust.
Well, he was quoting someone else, actually, but you crack on.
Okay, to the Holocaust, in order to attenuate how serious he felt the vaccine was, the harm it was doing.
Yes,
so
you're absolutely right. That's why he's an idiot.
Yeah, he's gone to the extreme.
Yes.
But people do that all the time.
Well, they
make
don't really.
Comparisons.
I don't think they do.
I'm trying to say,
not members of Parliament. Can you think of another member of Parliament making an extreme example about the Holocaust?
I don't know.
But I think you need to know. You need to have one... Because you say people do it all the time.
Well, people make extreme comparisons.
Yes, go on, like what?
I can't think off the top of my head.
Well, do you want me to wait? Shall I wait?
Well, not really. Please don't wait. Because
I have to wait, because otherwise I have to ignore what you said.
Well, okay, well, you don't have to ignore what I said.
But if you've got no evidence for it.
Okay, let me give you one evidence.
Yeah, go on.
The Ukraine war.
Oh, boy, is it a full moon?
No, let me just say this.
Okay.
Let me say this.
Yes.
The Ukraine war is not as extreme as the Second World War,
right.
is it?
No, but that's not a ludicrous comment.
No, but people make those comparisons.
But that's not like comparing vaccines to the Holocaust, mate.
It's the same sort of comparison.
It's nothing like the same sort. It couldn't be a more different comparison.
No, but you jumped off it when I've given you what you asked for. You said you'd wait. I gave you one.
No, you haven't given me an example of a ludicrous comparison.
Yes, the Second World War and Ukraine are not the same. Millions.
Yes, but that's not a ludicrous comparison, is it?
How many died in Ukraine? It is ludicrous.
Of course it's not ludicrous. It's measurable. You're counting. You're counting the number of...
War?
No, okay, Steve.
Are you trying to say the Second World War is the same as the Ukraine? What's happening now?
Steve, I don't think you're listening. Let me explain the difference between... Okay, so if you count the number of casualties in the Second World War...
Okay.
And then you count the number of casualties in the Ukraine war...
Okay.
And you say that there is a gulf of difference between the two things.
Okay.
That's what you just did, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's count the number of casualties in the Holocaust.
Okay.
And now let's count the number of casualties caused by the vaccines.
I don't know, but okay.
And now let's suggest, live on the radio, that the gulf is about the same size as the one between the Ukraine war and the Second World War, because that's the point you just made, mate. Pause. No. You've got to pause now.
You've tried to highlight that, and I hear what
you've got to pause. You've got to stop and think now about what you're doing and what you're saying.
Okay, no. Let's go with the numbers you've said.
No, these are your examples, not mine.
No, all right. So what I'm going to do is this. Let's put down the figures. Let's say that the Holocaust, 6 million people. That's the general figure everybody quotes.
Yeah.
And then let's pull up the figure for what he believes are people who's died.
No, because we're not doing what he belves, are we? We're doing what we all know.
What people have died from the vaccine. How many then?
I have no idea, but it's certainly less than the Holocaust by an absolutely exponential figure.
Comparison. How many people died in the Second World War?
Oh boy,
there were 25 million Russians alone. So how many people, all in all, died? And then how many people have died in the Ukraine war?
We've just
the comparison is roughly the same.
No, it couldn't be more different. We've just pointed that out. The example you've provided proves why Andrew Bridgen's comparison is so obnoxious. Mate, you're doing the opposite of counting.
No, it doesn't. You've asked me for a comparison, and then you've quoted the figures, but you've left it as variables. I'm trying to put figures into the variables.
I don't know what these words even mean. So, okay, let me try again. Okay, let me try again. Here's a really big thing.
Okay.
And here's a really little thing.
Okay.
It doesn't make much sense to compare them to each other.
It does if you're trying to make the really little thing seem really bigger.
Yeah, which means you're lying.
Well, which means you're trying to.
So we
make
got
a
there
point,
in the end, didn't we? Which is why he's being sacked.
At the beginning.
Which is why he's being sacked. Steve, mate, I don't know whether I get a medal for this.
It's not anti-Semitism.
You're the first person to use that phrase. You're the first person to use that phrase.
My point is this, just what you said, I agree with you.
I know you do. Why have I spent 5 minutes having to prove it to you?
That's my point. No, because
yes.
My point. No, my point is this. Yes, it was a stupid extreme comparison, but my point is it wasn't anti-Semitic.
But we weren't. That's not. You're on the wrong phone in.
No, but I asked you before we started. I said, was he sacked because it was anti-Semitic?
You didn't use that phrase.
And you said
you didn't use that phrase.
I thought I did.
No, you didn't. We're talking about. Was it because he mentioned the Holocaust? Was it because he mentioned the Holocaust?
Okay, so he's mentioned the Holocaust.
But mate, this is. I mean, you're up there, Steve. Thank you. Come back a minute. I'm just going to shake you by the hand and bid you farewell.